Hello Manix and guys, I'm making a video for higher taxes actually. That really doesn't make sense now, does it? But still, I'm for higher taxation. Okay, just to give you an idea of my political standings, you can see here, I'm a leftist liberal. The first point you make on your video is that if you give people free money, it removes the incentive to work. That's not true, because in our society, a lot of times our work defines who we are on a personal level. So most people get frustrated when they're unemployed. In Finland, where I'm from, you can actually get governmental support if you can't get a job, but I only know one person who's unemployed because he doesn't want to work because he gets free money. But I know a lot of unemployed people who just can't get a job because, well, probably because they don't know how to apply and everything. But they are still trying to get a job because they want to do something besides just lay at their homes all day and feel useless. It really hurts people to be unemployed. They don't want to be unemployed. Most people don't want to be unemployed. Not just for the money. Then you make your point about working harder. So the incentive for working harder would be money. That's true, actually. There has been studies to prove that if you get a bonus for a job well done, you're going to do more. That's how most sales jobs pay so well. But there's also the truth that you might not be able to get that kind of a job. You might not get a good job. You might end up doing two jobs, one in Burger King and one in McDonald's, just to support yourself. If you do 16-hour days, can you say that that guy is lazy? The guy who does like 16-hour days, how is he lazy? But he still won't get paid all that much. I mean, doing two crappy jobs pays twice as much as a crappy job, but still, that's not much. My next argument is, what is society if not a group of humans? Or any other creatures. You might have a society of apes, but that's beside the point. Society is something that a group of people that support each other, and that's why we have governments and countries and shit like that. We are animals that like to live in groups, so why should the ones who are doing really well, do they have no obligation to that society? Don't they have an obligation for the weak? I know you mentioned about the charities, but I still think the best charity is to pay your taxes, pay a lot of taxes, and the government will spend it on mostly the stuff that's good for the society. Some people might argue that military and things like that, like police, military, are not good ways to spend the money, but still they are meant to stabilize the society. So they are spent for common good instead of one's good. And my next argument will be probably my last. So my final argument is the communist argument of redistribution of wealth. Okay, let's say this guy, the guy who makes the $1,000, he doesn't have to spend all that money just on his living expenses. So he has more disposable income, and also he gets to save more. And even if he pays more taxes, he still gets that benefit. So there's definitely an incentive there. But the point I'm making now, since he doesn't really spend all that money, he saves it, he's not that good for the economy. The economy benefits more of the guy who spends all the money he gets. So let's say, for the sake of this argument, there's a guy who makes $1 billion a year. How much of it is he going to spend? He might buy insanely expensive stuff, but he still won't spend all of that money. So he'll be piling it up, and then his children will probably benefit from that, and other people too. But it's not in the circulation in the economy, so that's not good for the economy, because people tend to save and hoard money if they get more than they need. It's just an economical truth. I'm not saying they're not entitled to that, but it's just society works better when there are not like huge caps in how people are doing. These tables are from a study by a professor from University of California, Santa Cruz, William Domhoff. What he's arguing basically is that so few people have so much of the money that the power is real concentrated in the US. As you can see from the table, the bottom 80%, so 80% of the poorest people are basically worth 15%, and the top 1% owns over half of everything. This should wake you up why redistribution of wealth is not necessarily a bad thing. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you sometime later. Oh yeah, and a link for the study is in the description. Thanks.
Who said that? Who the fuck said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?